Welcome to healthU. Hello, dear health-conscious friends. I'm your health analyst. Today I want to share a very important adolescent health issue with you: insulin resistance. Did you know that according to the latest medical research, nearly 1 in 5 adolescents already shows signs of insulin resistance? What kind of health crisis is hidden behind this number? How can we prevent and improve it? First, let me explain what insulin resistance is. Simply put, insulin is an important hormone our body uses to regulate blood sugar. It's like a key that helps glucose enter cells to provide energy. When insulin resistance occurs, this key doesn't work well anymore, and the body needs to secrete more insulin to maintain normal blood sugar levels. The study I'm sharing today comes from Slovakia, where researchers conducted a comprehensive health assessment of 2,629 adolescents aged 14 to 18. This is a quite large-scale cross-sectional study, and the results are very worthy of our attention. What shocking results did the research find? 18.6% of adolescents were diagnosed with insulin resistance, meaning that 1 in every 5 adolescents faces this problem. The prevalence rate was 19.8% in males and 17.6% in females, with no significant gender difference. This number is truly alarming because insulin resistance isn't just an abnormal value. It's an important warning signal for future diabetes and cardiovascular disease. Let's understand in depth how dangerous insulin resistance really is. The research found that insulin resistance has strong associations with almost all cardiovascular metabolic risk factors. The most obvious association is with obesity, particularly abdominal obesity. When adolescents develop central obesity, abdominal fat cells release inflammatory substances that interfere with normal insulin function, creating a vicious cycle. Besides obesity, insulin resistance is also closely related to blood pressure issues, dyslipidemia, and poor blood sugar control. Imagine a high school student whose body already harbors seeds of so many diseases. If not addressed early, they may face multiple health problems like diabetes, hypertension, and heart disease in adulthood. So what causes insulin resistance in adolescence? Through multivariate analysis, researchers identified several key risk factors, and these findings are important for all of us. The first important factor is poor physical fitness and insufficient physical activity. Modern adolescents spend too much time sitting at desks studying or staring at screens, lacking adequate exercise. Muscles are the body's main glucose-consuming organs. When muscles lack exercise, insulin sensitivity decreases. The research clearly shows that adolescents with low fitness levels and insufficient exercise have significantly increased risk of insulin resistance. The second key factor is poor dietary habits. The research identified several particularly noteworthy dietary problems: skipping breakfast, eating too few meals per day, and frequent consumption of sugary beverages. Why is skipping breakfast so dangerous? Breakfast is the important switch that starts the day's metabolism. When we skip breakfast, the body enters energy-saving mode. Metabolism slows down, and the next meal might be larger, causing dramatic blood sugar fluctuations. Over time, the pancreas becomes overloaded and gradually develops insulin resistance. Eating too few meals per day is also problematic. Many adolescents, due to busy schoolwork, might only eat 2 meals a day, eating large amounts each time. This starvation binge pattern makes blood sugar fluctuate like a roller coaster, forcing the pancreas to constantly secrete large amounts of insulin to cope. Over time, it becomes fatigued. Sugary beverages are the #1 enemy of insulin resistance. A single bubble tea might contain sugar equivalent to more than 10 sugar cubes. This sugar floods the bloodstream in a short time, forcing the pancreas to urgently secrete insulin. If you drink sugary beverages daily, the pancreas becomes like an overworked employee who will eventually go on strike. The research also found an interesting socioeconomic factor. Families where fathers had lower education levels showed higher risk of adolescent insulin resistance. This reminds us of the important impact of health knowledge dissemination and family environment on adolescent health. Parents' health concepts and lifestyle habits directly influence their children. This is a social level issue we cannot ignore. Now comes the most important question: how can we prevent and improve insulin resistance in adolescents? First is weight management. If adolescents are already overweight or obese, weight loss is the most effective method to improve insulin sensitivity. But here I must emphasize that adolescent weight loss should never use extreme methods because they're still in their growth and development period and need adequate nutrition. The correct approach is achieving healthy weight through balanced diet and regular exercise. Regarding exercise, it's recommended that adolescents have at least 150 minutes of moderate intensity exercise per week. This sounds like a lot, but it's actually just over 20 minutes per day on average. It can be brisk walking, cycling, swimming, ball games, or any activity that increases heart rate and causes mild sweating. The key is regularity, not sporadic effort. Strength training is also important because muscle tissue is the main target of insulin action. Adolescents can do simple weight training like sit-ups, push-ups, and squats. 2 to 3 times per week can effectively increase muscle mass and insulin sensitivity. Dietary recommendations are even more crucial. First, absolutely develop the habit of eating breakfast. Breakfast doesn't need to be elaborate, but should include protein, complex carbohydrates, and some healthy fats. For example, whole wheat bread with eggs or oatmeal with nuts and fruit. The recommended daily eating pattern is 3 main meals plus 2 healthy snacks. This maintains stable blood sugar and prevents binge eating. Each meal should be appropriately portioned. Remember this principle: half the plate should be vegetables, 1/4 lean protein, and 1/4 whole grains. Sugary beverages must definitely be eliminated. Replace them with plain water, unsweetened tea, or homemade lemon water. If you really want something sweet, choose fresh fruit juice, but control portions, no more than 1 cup per day. Increasing fiber intake is also important. Vegetables, fruits, whole grains, and legumes all contain rich fiber that can slow sugar absorption and help stabilize blood sugar. It's recommended to eat at least 5 servings of fruits and vegetables daily. The more colorful, the better. Besides individual efforts, family and school support are also crucial. Parents should lead by example and establish healthy family eating culture. Don't stockpile snacks and beverages at home. Prepare fresh, healthy foods instead. Mealtimes are also important. Try to eat together as a family and establish regular meal schedules. School nutrition education also plays an important role. Schools should provide healthy lunch options, install water facilities to reduce students' purchases of sugary beverages, and strengthen health education courses to help students understand nutrition knowledge and the importance of healthy living. For adolescents who already show insulin resistance, besides lifestyle adjustments, regular health checkups are important. Doctors might recommend testing fasting glucose, insulin, blood lipids, and other indicators, and if necessary, conduct oral glucose tolerance tests for early detection and management. I want to particularly emphasize that insulin resistance is reversible, especially during adolescence. Through appropriate lifestyle adjustments, most adolescents can improve insulin sensitivity and avoid future diabetes and cardiovascular disease. The key is to start early and persist. Prevention is always easier and more effective than treatment. If we can establish healthy lifestyle habits during adolescence, we can not only prevent insulin resistance, but also lay a good foundation for lifelong health. This isn't just individual responsibility. It requires joint efforts from families, schools, and entire society. Finally, I want to give parents some advice. Don't wait until children develop health problems to start caring. Cultivate correct health concepts in children from an early age. Exercise more with your children, prepare healthy meals together, and make healthy living a family goal. Remember, your lifestyle is the best health textbook for your children. To adolescent friends, your bodies are rapidly growing and changing, and the healthy habits you establish now will affect your entire lives. Don't think you can squander health just because you're young. Know that a healthy body is the most important capital for pursuing your dreams. Thank you for watching today's health analysis. If you found this content helpful, please like and subscribe, and feel free to share it with friends who need it. See you next time.